Wins, awards, and even more wins. Safe to say it was a big week in Ranger athletics.
Preview.
I'm Dominic Liacani, and you're watching the Parkside Press Pass, powered by El Camino Kitchen. And let's jump straight into it this week on the court with the Volley Rangers, who continue to make history early in 2025. The Rangers opened up GLIAC play this past weekend against both Roosevelt and Purdue Northwest on Thursday and Saturday, where they swept the Lakers and then took a four-setter against the Pride. Not only are the Rangers 2-0 to start in conference play, but they're also off to their best start in program history at 9-0. Over the weekend, Parkside out-hit both Roosevelt and PNW 242 to 092, used 15 aces, and averaged 3 more kills per set than their opponents. To top it all off, outside hitter Ava Irvin was named GLIAC Offensive Player of the Week for the second straight time, tallying 32 total kills and averaging over 4.5 per set across the two matches. Parkside hits the road for the UP for its first 2 GLIAC road matches this weekend, starting at Northern Michigan on Friday before heading to Michigan Tech on Saturday. Men's and women's soccer also opened up their respective conference slates this past weekend. And let's start right here at home with the women, who opened up a 3-match homestand against the Huskies of Michigan Tech on Friday. It was senior forward Emily Mickelson to strike for the match's first goal just 20 seconds into it to give the Rangers a 1-0 lead. However, despite outshooting Tech by 10, the Rangers would have to settle for a 1-1 draw. Sunday was a completely different story, however, as the Rangers welcome in the reigning GLIAC champions in Northern Michigan. Parkside struck first thanks to a 17th-minute goal from Caden Schmidt. Then, after the Wildcats tied it in the 26th minute off of a penalty, sophomore Lindsay Dollinger went top shelf in the 55th minute to score a beautiful game winner to give the Rangers their first win of the season. The ladies closed the homestand on Friday, hosting Saginaw Valley State at 1 p.m., before heading to Hammond, Indiana on Sunday for a date with Purdue Northwest at 11. As for the men, they also picked up their first win of 2025, defeating Northern Michigan up in Marquette this past Friday. Despite giving up an early 8th-minute goal, the Rangers scored 3 straight unanswered to claw their way back and steal one from the Wildcats. With just a second to play in the first half, Nico DeAndre sent a ball on net from just outside the 18, and it found its way home for the game winner. Not only was DeAndres named GLIAC Offensive Player of the Week, but Daniel Rana also picked up GLIAC Defensive Player of the Week honors, stopping 7 of 8 shots in net. He currently leads the league in saves per game as well, at just over 7. The men are back in action this week with 2 matches on the road. They start at Roosevelt on Friday before stopping at Purdue Northwest on Sunday for a doubleheader with the women. Time to head back out to the cross-country course, where both the men's and women's teams will host the 18th annual Lucian Rosa Invite on Saturday. 4 different races will take place at Wayne Daniel National Course, with the men running 8Ks and the women running 6Ks. Over 30 teams of each gender will compete, including over half of the top 10 teams nationally on both sides. The women enter the weekend ranked as the 24th best team in the country and top 5 in the region. Additionally, it's also Senior Day, as 4 women and 2 men will be honored for the Rangers. And finally, the women's golf team is already rewriting the record books themselves, as the ladies set both 18 and 54-hole team records this past week at the Warrior Invitational, hosted by Wayne State. Up next for them is the Gildas Club Lakers Fall Invitational, hosted by Grand Valley State, starting next Monday. To keep up with all things Ranger athletics this upcoming week, make sure you head on over to parksiderangers.com/coverage. And hey, if you're feeling hungry, make sure you check out our friends at El Camino Kitchen, located off of Highway 41 on 77th Street in Pleasant Prairie. This has been the Parkside Press Pass.